Hey everyone, this is Maritza from Travel Notes and Things, and I'm super excited because today I am bringing the long-awaited, well, for those of you who know or may not know. So basically, a few weeks ago, I took a DNA ancestry test because why not? She got it for Christmas and I decided to take it, and kind of a funny story how that happened. I have two other siblings and I guess we all thought the same thing, that we all got each other a DNA kit. So I got the results and we're going to go over them today. I have to be honest, I am excited, super excited, because I am so interested in knowing what else there is about me that I haven't, I guess, known. So just for reference, I am Mexican American, meaning that I was born in California. My parents are born and raised Mexican, and all my life, as far as I knew, or as far as I know, because I still don't know what the results are, I am Mexican. Colonialization, that happened. All different things like that happened throughout history and my own family history that I don't know of. So, I mean, I definitely think that there's European. If we're talking predictions, I definitely think that there is European, especially Spanish. I have a strong feeling that there's some Portuguese in there as well. A lot of indigenous, Native American DNA. That's as far as I know. So I'm going to pull up this, my results. It's loading, it's loading. Why am I hyping this up too? Like, I'm so extra right now. I'm feeling like, So, I'm looking at the ancestry composition. It's loading and okay, so we're gonna break this down. So I don't even know where to start. I guess the top, that makes sense, right? Biggest percentage is 54.5 East Asian and Native American. Okay, I guessed the Native American part, but East Asian? And it's so cool because, so I did 23andMe, not sponsored by the way, but I went with 23andMe, and I really like how it does like a breakdown. So it'll have like East Asian, Native American, and then it has a breakdown of where specifically in that region. So like the biggest portion, and it's no surprise, Native American, Mexico. So that's 51.9%. So it says here, if I click on it, it says North, Central, and South America were first populated 15,000 years ago following the arrival of Native Americans from Northeast Asia. That makes sense. It says we predict you had ancestors in Mexico within the last 200 years. One thing for your parents to tell you you're Mexican, or you're whatever they are. Like, it's one thing and you grow up with the culture, you grow up with the language, if your parents raised you that way, but I mean, I was raised that way. I was raised with Spanish being my first language, and then I learned English. I mean, I was born here, but Spanish was my first language anyways. But it's one thing for, to know that because your parents told you, but it's something just crazy to see it just like with percentages and numbers. So if I click on view report, that is wild. The heck, I never say that. I never say wild. It'll even go so far as to give me exactly within Mexico the regions where my family DNA is mostly concentrated. And the crazy part is that, like, the state where my family is from is not even number one. It's a different one. It's Jalisco, which is Guadalajara. Like, to my knowledge, I don't have any family there. I've only been there once. That's just crazy. And I'll probably add like a map here. I'll probably add like a map somewhere here so you guys can kind of see a little bit of what I'm looking at right now. But this is crazy. Wait, I have broadly Chinese. I have broadly Chinese and Southeast Asian. Wow. Okay, so now we're gonna move on onto the European side, which is 36.6%. So again, that was one of my predictions where I said I'm probably Spanish Portuguese, and by the looks of it, I am 19.8% Spanish and Portuguese. And the next is, what? I'm Italian. I'm Italian. I'm genuinely surprised by this right now. Okay, very small percentage, very small. It's like less than 1%, 0.5%, but still, there is a bit of Italian, like straight up Italian. I guess the reason why I'm this surprised, even though it's a small percentage, is because, like, I'm looking right here at the European breakdown. I have like broadly Southern European and broadly European, but it says specifically Italy. When you grow up thinking you're just one thing, and then you realize you're not. I'm having a moment. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's starting to make sense how, like, there's so many cultures that are so similar. Like, I've been lucky enough to visit Italy and Spain and like these countries that we've except for China, but like in Europe, I've been to Spain, I've been to Portugal, I've been to Italy, and it's interesting because when I've been there, I've felt partly at home. Like a lot of the things that I saw, the customs, the people, the language, of course, were very comforting. I'm surprised I'm Italian, I guess is what I'm trying to like get at. 0.2% Ashkenazi Jewish. I'm Jewish. And next I have broadly Southern European, and actually if I click on that, it says here Southern European, including the Iberian, Italian, Balkan Peninsula, as well as the island of Malta, is a region defined in great part by the Mediterranean Sea. So I'm basically Mediterranean. Mediterráneo by the name. But this basically means that I am Mediterranean. Wow. Sub-Saharan African, Western Asian, and North African. Okay, so Sub-Saharan African, it says that it's 3.7%. So breaking it down, DNA from Senegambian and Guinean, 2.7%, which is like Western. It's Western Africa. Congolese, 0.2%. Broadly West Africa, 0.4%. Broadly Sub-Saharan African. So many things they had to go through. You know, they survived, and because they survived, now I'm here. It's kind of emotional when you think about it. Like, your family went through all of these things throughout history, and now you're here. Western Asian and North African says 0.3% of this region. I am North African and Arabian. Wow. It says recent migrations into North Africa from the Arabian Peninsula have resulted in a shared genetic and cultural heritage. I'm Arabian. I'm Arabian. Okay, this just brings up things for me now. Because I wonder, because I know that North Africa and Spain share a lot of like culture and I'm sure DNA as well. I wonder if my family was concentrated, or if my DNA was concentrated more in like southern Spain, like Andalusia. You know, people from North Africa being in conquering Spain for like a while, and then Spain reconquering that land. Like, wow, they mention Islam here. Like did I have family that was Muslim? It's crazy because you have, like, in my case, I had family that started, my lineage started in Asia, and they migrated all throughout Europe, and they got to the Americas, and they ended up in Mexico, and they've stayed there for at least 200 years until my parents decided to move us out of there and decided to have us here in the United States. And then from here, like, I love to travel so much that I definitely see myself living abroad, and the lineage just continues to move and to circulate around the world, and it's so beautiful. I'm literally looking at this, and I'm sure that everybody who's taken this test sees the map and is just amazed at like the tapestry there is in them. I see the map and I see the concentrations in different countries, and I'm like, represents me and my lineage, and that's crazy. And who don't know, my siblings also took the exam. They got the results today, and they shared that with me today. And My sister actually didn't get Italian, she got Greek. My brother took the exam too. He has Sardinian, which is an island south of Italy. You most like, if I click on Italy, it says you most likely had a great grandparent, fourth great grandparent, fifth, sixth, seventh great grandparent or greater who was 100% Italian. This person was most likely born between 1720 and 1840. When specifically that line where it says this person was likely born between 1720 1840, between those dates I had family in that part of the world. After Italy comes Spain and Portugal. So it says here you most likely had a second great grandparent, third or fourth or fifth, who was 100% Spanish and Portuguese. This person was most likely born between 1780 and 1870. When did the Spaniards come to Mexico? Right there. First one. 1519. You see, isn't that crazy? Trying to connect the dots now, like, wow, was my family here when this happened? So after Spanish and Portuguese, we have Native American. So it says here, you most likely had a great grandparent, second great grandparent, third great grandparent who was 100% Native American. This person was likely born between 1840 and 1900. This has so much information that I know I'm just gonna need time to really digest and really see what it all means. So what's my takeaway from this? I think my biggest takeaway is that my family moved around a lot. Overall, it's beautiful. I think it's so informative. I think it's so important to see these kinds of things, and I feel like doing tests like these, they really help you understand yourself a little bit more. If anything, it kind of answers any curiosities that you had about yourself growing up. Maybe it had to do with the way you looked physically. Like if you look at me and my siblings, I'm tanner than my siblings. My siblings are a lot lighter skinned than I am. And we always joked around, you guys got the majority European DNA and I got more indigenous. Like, that's so cool. And that's where it kind of stemmed for us, like the interest to do the 23andMe. I think it's beautiful. At the end of the day, we're all so much more similar than what we think, and I think that there are more things that unite us instead of just dividing us. I think that you guys should do it. I recommend that you guys do it. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys have ever done anything like this. I'd love to know. Also, if you are interested in doing this same exact ancestry kit test, I actually have a link and I'll link it down below. If you want to click on that link, I will get some kind of small commission, just so you know. Also, the link, I should mention the link down there, you will get a 10% off discount. So if you want to go ahead and use that, feel free to do that. If you don't want to use the link for whatever reason, just go on, literally just go on Google and type in 23andMe. Nowadays, there's so many different companies that have DNA kit tests. So I just decided to go with this one just because it was one of the most popular ones. But I hope you guys liked it. Leave me a comment down below what you guys think. I think for me the biggest surprise is that I am just Italian just stuck out for me for some reason. Chinese stuck out. African, I'm not so surprised, to be completely honest with you guys, that I have a certain percentage of African. I'm not surprised with it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notifications, check out the description box below, everything is down there. If you guys have any questions about this type of a test that I did, reach me through those sites and on here on YouTube as well. I'm gonna sign off. I'm Maritza. Bye.